Hi guys! Hi guys, it's Borks and hello, welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you've been here before. So today guys, this is Easter morning by the way, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm energized because I called Ashlyn, I took a nap, I watched The Good Doctor. So guys, anyway, I've been saying for a while, I've been meaning to do my experiences in school. Which trigger alert, none of them are good. But then I remembered there was one time in school, there was one window of school where I was happy, popular, and loved everybody, and even loved my teachers. Preschool, guys. Okay, guys, let's get into my experience in preschool with a disability. Now, guys, to be honest, guys, sorry, the floor is squeaky and my knees are popping, guys, so excuse that. Anyway, guys, okay, I started preschool when I was 3, and then I graduated. They graduate you at the end of the school year, but then I did 2 years of preschool. So I graduated from preschool the first year at 4, and then I graduated again at 5, and then I went to kindergarten. So we're going to go back to when I was 3. So my mom used to teach me, like, what to do and what to say in the classroom. I never had any problems in preschool. I love, first off, guys, I loved my teachers. They were some of the best teachers I had. And get this, guys, this is how old I sound. When I was in preschool, and when Derek was in preschool, especially, sorry, guys, my eyes are kind of just all side. And then when I was in preschool, the teachers didn't have to be certified, or it was hushed. They weren't certified. And that's why my teachers lost their jobs. They don't. Anyway, guys, so my first day of preschool, I want to say Derek and his best friend Vincent and his best friend, I think we could say his name here, Ralph at the time. It was like a cousin. Ralph was like our cousin. Like, he's Derek's best friend from when we were like itty bitty kids. And I was best friends with his sister, who's a year younger than me. But anyway, guys, the three of them went into preschool, right? They went to the same building that me and Crystal, who was my friend, went to. Not Ralph's sister, but my other friend Crystal went to, and one of my cousins. I don't want to say her name on here I don't want to say names here. They're not, so it's common, but I don't have her permission. And the only reason I'm saying Crystal's name is because Crystal comes up a lot in the story. And if you guys would hear my best friends list of like my whole lifetime, definitely comment down below. Because a lot of my best friends, some of my best friends are gone, guys. Even some of them they went to heaven. So they're not here anymore. A couple of my friends are not here anymore. But okay, that's that part. And you guys, I started preschool. It's gonna sound old. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 1995. In September 1995, I went in, and Miss Debbie, Miss Colleen were my teachers. An older couple who had a granddaughter with special needs, my age, who wasn't supposed to live. Guys, spoiler alert, she did. Miss Debbie and Miss Colleen were sisters, and one of them had a special needs granddaughter. So that could be why they took a special liking to me, because, guys, I had nystagmus back then, too. I had nystagmus. We didn't know I was disabled mainly till we found out I was disabled when I was about 3 or 4. But for default, we say 3, but 3 or 4 we found out I was disabled and would be disabled the rest of my life. But guys, my mom and my best friend's mom, who was Aunt Janet. Yeah, that's how close I was to his family. I used to call them Aunt Janet and Uncle Jack. Anyway, because he's dead, we're not going to give out his real name. Crystal's father, because he went to heaven when we were like 3. Anyway, guys, me and Crystal took kids, and they told us every day how we had to be good girls in school, but we were allowed to bring our own toys, whatever. Me and Crystal joined hands and went, bye, Mommy, and waved and walked in. The teachers were like, what a difference between Derek, Vincent, and Ralph, because they were upset when they left their moms. I mean, hello, guys, they were 3. Versus Borkson and Crystal, like, those two just, like, walked in and was like, bye, Mom. She was like, my mom was in her crying, holding my doll, like, crying. I was like, bye, Mommy, I can do this job, my big girl. Anyway, guys, I had a great experience in preschool. Preschool was the greatest. I mean, was the best form of school I ever went to. There was no one bullying me. There was no one picking on me. There was probably a little bit of teasing, but Miss Debbie, Miss Colleen would snip it in the bud, so it wasn't a big deal. The big thumping machine didn't happen. If you guys seen my part 1 of going to elementary school with disability, yeah, there's a big, heavy set thumping machine to beat the crap out of me, but this wasn't. It was before him, so it was fun, guys. Me and my friends. Preschool's really good too. I think they're not certified. They don't have to be certified. Anyway, the time in. Anyway, guys, we had a great time learning to read, write, and spell. I was reading, writing, and spelling ahead of schedule, which was shocking to my mother and shocking to my father, who, my parents, I won't say too much about my siblings on here for their privacy, but my sister is no longer with us. So if you guys are new, I did have a biological sister who had special needs, in case you guys are new to my channel. So when I was reading, writing, and spelling above schedule, my sister did too before it came out. She was autistic, and I was the same. I was reading, writing, and spelling above, not too much, but a little bit above where a 3-year-old could be. But remember, guys, I didn't get the needle, and things were great. We have the pumpkin patches, guys. I did a video of me and the pumpkin patch for my class. I played that in the background. I talked about it to you guys. I showed you guys a video back in the pandemic. I still have it, but my VCR doesn't play video. It only plays sound. So I can't actually show you guys. I would love to be able to show you guys a little me, like walk around with Crystal at one arm and my cousin in the other. And it was great. Anyway, guys, we had fun. We used to play. I used to love musical chairs, but I don't anymore because I hate it now because I can't. I don't like it. But they don't hate it. I can stay out. I can't do it because I can't see straight enough to do it. But guys, I wasn't more seriously disabled until I was 3 or 4. Guys, it was Easter time, and this is the saddest part, guys. I have little friends with all with special needs, by the way. But at the time, I didn't have guys. By the way, Crystal is only to this day is one of my only friends who does not have special needs. Sorry, guys, I cough. Crystal's like my only friend without special needs, almost, which is all right. But hey, I should have more. Could have more friends without special needs, but it's fine. And I'll do a whole video on how I met her if you guys want. We're no longer in each other's lives because she moved to Jersey, just like Ashlyn did, but we lost contact. That's alright, guys. Anyway, so I remember being at Crystal's house. Crystal lived a couple houses down from me. And me and Crystal's little sister Kiara would play and talk and stuff, guys. A great time. Nothing bad happened, and that is not why I had to coma, guys. I had gotten a needle day before that, or that day. I went to the doctor, got the needle because this is why I say maybe we were 4. My family said we don't know if I was 3 or 4. I got the needle to start school, which was odd because I was already in preschool, guys. I don't understand that, but anyway, it's silly, but whatever. I guess they were preparing our bodies for the first shot to get ready to start our bodies so when we go to kindergarten, we don't spread plague. Anyway, guys, I had a bad reaction from the needle and died in sort of, guys, I did a whole video on how I'm still here if I technically died. How am I here when I died at the age of 3 or 4? I am here today. Anyway, guys, back at the story. I went to get the needle to start school, and guys, my family were all allergic to these needles. Most of us are allergic to them. I went and played Aunt Janet's, and I was fine. I remember playing, and we were playing babies with our baby dolls. We were fine, guys. I remember to say we were fine. I loved seeing Aunt Janet and Uncle Junebug. I loved it, which was my friend's uncle, because I was so close. I was calling him uncle. I was so close. Guys, I mean, when I tell you, I was in that family. I mean, I was in that family. Years later, guys, I'll do another story on this. When a woman threatened to beat my mother up over a parking spot, Aunt Janet went over there kicking her butt almost. So we'll do another story on my neighbor lady. And she was just always kind to us. We went to preschool. Anyway, guys, I had gotten the needle. Went to bed that night. My parents didn't expect anything was gonna happen. My dad is a do-it-yourself kind of man. Like, I can do everything myself. He's a repairman of himself. My dad actually worked in a window company. That's how my parents met, in a window factory machine. They worked in machines. My dad was the man who worked there. But anyway, so my dad was working on the car when I asked for an egg sandwich, and my dad still says to this day, he thinks if he would have gave me that egg sandwich, I would not have been in a coma. No, guys. No, 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 no. It was my destiny. It was my fate. It was my fate to have this happen, guys. My dad went to rinse up a little bit because he caught oil all over him. And when he came out the bathroom, he overheard Derek screaming and crying and saying, "Something's wrong with Borix. You need to get here immediately. She was fine. She's gagging. Something's wrong." And my father still tells the story, guys, with tears in his eyes because he felt helpless. He could not help me at that moment. My father thought that I had choked on his little balls. I used to play. Actually, I did. And Dad got at me. So Dad came up and gave me a Heimlich and went to push. You can push on the chest area, the tummy area, sternum to get it out. And my father said he felt like a complete and utter failure because he couldn't save me. And then it greased on my clothes. Anyway, took me there to the hospital, guys. It turns out I was having a seizure. I wasn't gagging. My mom drove me to the emergency room, and I had died. And they actually pushed my mother out of the room, and the little beat machine went off. And the doctors didn't say it was a preschool experience, guys, but I promise it'll plays in later. I was in that coma I was in a seizure, and they told my parents that I probably would not make it. I would have died twice in the seizure, once in the coma, or twice in the coma, once in the seizure. And then, guys, I had a friend named Jack and a friend named Eric who lived on the block. Jack and Jessica. And everyone's Jack with us. I know everyone's Jack, Jake, and John with us. I know, guys, right? My best friend, Jack, lived down a few blocks. My guy best friend and my best friend, Chris, lived across the street. His grandma still lived there, but when his aunt still lived there when we sold that house. That we lived in my grandfather's house. Anyway, my mom had called a meeting with all of my friends' parents and said, you need to come over to my house. It is dire. And by the way, guys, I'm sorry, it was Easter. So that's why I mean, we're in school. We were on Easter break for like 2 weeks because it's preschool, right? My mom called everybody. I've been about 2.5 weeks. We had almost 3 weeks off from Easter, guys, which was a shock. Anyway, so my mom called all my friends' parents in, and this is where all the love came in. And my mom had said that Borkson has slipped into a seizure. And they were like, is this a joke? Like, this can't be happening. And my mom said, no, guys, this is serious. Like, Borkson may not make it. She's like, she's on respiration. She's not going to make it. I don't think. Anyway, time went by, and they weren't allowing my friends in at first. My mom had called up all of my friends again and said, we need to have a serious talk. There's a change in Borkson's condition, and it's not good. So my mom's like, all my friends' moms come over, which are like aunts to me, and they came over and I said, what's going on? I don't play my parents' name on the internet. I said, what is going on? They're like, Bert, what's going on? To my father, and he just had like a thing. So, my father was guys, if you guys know my father, he's a 6'4", almost strap it tall, one of those big buff looking almost guys. When he was young, I'm saying. And I have pictures of my dad where he's big and buff almost. Not real buff, but like big and masculine, 6'4", real tall guy. Guys, I mean, his father towers over me now. He's like 6'11" because he shrunk. Anyway, guys, I see a big, tall, 6'4" man with tears in his eyes, and telling the father that the doctors don't think Borkson's gonna live. She's in a coma and it's not medically induced, and they had to resuscitate her. And they're like, what? And then my mom told my best friend, she said, Janet, my best friend's mom said, Janet, we need to have a talk privately. She said, what? She said, did Borkson get any Jack's medication while she was at her house? And Aunt Janet busted out crying. I said, we didn't get any of his medicine, guys. I know we didn't. Because the mom was in the process of throwing out my friend's father's medicine, guys. No, it didn't. We didn't get his medicine, guys. I'm pretty sure it was actually thrown out by that point. But my best friend's mom, and she didn't be my mom's best friend for a while, and she just hugged her while they cried together at my house when they said that I wasn't going to make it. She said, she's got to make it. And the saddest thing of all, guys, this is the point that still brings me almost to tears. My best friend, okay, she didn't know I was in the hospital. They kept saying I was at my aunt's house. I'm at my aunt's house. Well, my best friend, this is the sneaky girl that she was, snuck out of her house and came to mine and overheard them say, what if Borkson doesn't live? And she said, what? What? And she started screaming and crying, and that's when her aunt and her mom took her back to her house and said, Crystal, we need to sit you and Kiera down. We need to have a serious talk. She said, where is Borkson? Are you lying to me about her being at her aunt's? Somebody was very close to my aunt. My aunt was like my second mother until she went to be with the Angels when I was 25. She said, guys, I'm down with some. Dad has a cold. Anyway, guys, my friend was told right there on the spot, they said, honey, Borkson is in a coma, something called a coma. She said, what does that mean? They said, she's asleep, she's unconscious. She said, what? No. She said, yes, honey, she is. They said, and guess what? They said, we think she's going to go be with Daddy. Because her father passed. She broke down crying and said, no, it's happening. They said, honey, she's going to go be with the Angels. She's not going to make it. She's going to go to heaven. And she went, no. Guys, the most heartbreaking part, it still brings me pretty close to tears, is that they actually let my best friends, all my friends in the hospital, to see me in that condition. I think that's shame on that doctor. Anyway, guys, half my class, because this is a little backstory, but guys, but this is why I said preschool was the best experience for me. Because guess what, guys? When the word got out to my classmates, and like I think more than half of my class, I say about 75% came to see me, and about 80% knew that I was on death's door. And everyone came coloring books and crayons, even though I wasn't awake. They were still talking, and my friends were holding my hand. Guys, the thing that still brings me nearly to tears is my best friend. We were three, right? 3 or 4, came in with her little sister, and when she seen me unconscious, first off, that doctor should never let her in there. Started screaming at my name hysterically, and ran me with Borkson, Borkson, and started grabbing my hands and crying. And she kept saying, wake up, wake up for me now. Come on, Borkson, wake up for me now. Anyway, guys, we had another friend group who were Amanda and Andrew. I was friends with Amanda. Derek was friends with Andrew, the brother. And they even came to visit me in the freaking coma. Really? Because they even said that Andrew just stood there and was like, what's wrong with Borkson? And they went, she's dying. And they went, what? My best friends all came, guys. Like I said, she was in my class, too. Half my class came to visit me. They gave me cards and letters that I had till the fire, guys. To my house fire, not the crystals to mine. Guys, anyway, I went to preschool, and my teachers were really great. They actually announced to my class that, guys, we are so sorry, but Borkson will not be in school today. We do know she's awake. She's out of the hospital. She's in home recovering. But Borkson may not come back to school. And they said all my friends were upset. And they all started getting really upset. And then they got like a knock at the door because class has already started. And Borkson never left to go to school. And it's my mother. And half the class is there. And they're like, what's going on? Because I got the tubes still hanging out from my IVs and all that I had to have. And he said, my mother's last name, what's going on? Is there a change in Borkson's condition? She said, oh, yes, there is. She wants to come to class. And they're like, what? No way. And they came in, guys. I still had the cover over my IV because I had sores and I was bruised and I was really beat up looking. But guys, my friends welcomed me back, hugging me and telling me how much they loved me. I mean, I was only 3 or 4. And they all said they were happy to see not only I was out and about, I was back at school. Guys, that's how we learned something was seriously wrong. Miss Debbie, Miss Colleen were teaching us, the alphabet. We were young. I didn't know any alphabet. I didn't even know my own name. When the teacher called me Borkson, and guys, no part of my coma, I kept saying that wasn't my name. The name that I know it's on my birth certificate is not my name. They creeped my parents out, but yeah. Anyway, I kept answering to other names. I didn't want the name. I wanted another name. I do know what the other name is, but I'm not gonna say on the internet just in case because it's creepy. Anyway, and I came in, and guys, the teachers even told my mother that something was different. Guys, it turns out what I think it was is when I actually, guys, and when I was diagnosed, my friends were all there for me, guys. I was diagnosed with hypoglycemia, and that is why I went into the coma. Anyway, guys, sorry, guys, my fridge in the background. But anyway, guys, I just hurry up. It's getting too long. My friends were there for me, guys. I loved preschool. Nobody was judgmental. Nobody cared if you were special needs. I don't think we even know what that term was. We were kind. We were warm. We were loving. Nobody judged a little redheaded girl who was in a coma. Like, nobody judged me for being disabled and being... Guys, by the way, my hair is bright red. So is my brother's. So we were not bullied. One of my brothers has bright red hair. We were not bullied in school. And I mean, I can't speak for Derek because I don't know his preschool stories, but mine, I loved it. Preschool was great. Miss Debbie, Miss Colleen were great. And I missed them terribly when I went to kindergarten. Even though I loved my teacher, not the one with me, my actual teacher, when she came back, their husband died. Like, she was great. So my preschool teacher, kindergarten teacher was great too. One of them was, the main one, the substitute, like I said, she's the one who was mean to me. But anyway, the main one was nice, and so was them too. And anyway, guys, I don't want the last couple teachers that were decent that I'd had. It's heartbreaking. No, I had some more other years, guys. Okay, guys. Anyway, I love the preschool. I graduated and got a stuffed cow I named Nozzle, a Thai beanie baby. And the other year, I got Allegra. Because I'm a doodlehead. I still have her upstairs, guys, in my child dog collection. You watch that video, check it out, but it's really bad. Okay, guys, remember to comment, like, share, subscribe. Bye, guys!